How's it going, everybody? It's your boy Kamon. Now today, I'm going to bring you guys a new deck profile. Just two things. One, if my camera looks weird, it's because I'm recording in a very different way right now because my OBS is very laggy. It keeps making my camera kind of choppy and whatnot, so I cannot record like I normally do, but I found a way to kind of work around it, so kind of bear in mind. So let's get right into it. I'm showing you guys main, extra, and side. This is the Infernoid deck. I was either going to play Synchrons or this deck for Nat. I think this deck is pretty good and it's very slept on. But so yeah, I'm still very new to this deck, if that makes sense. But I did actually bring it with me to a local, so I kind of have a good idea of what I do want to try to do with this deck, if that makes sense. So start off with the monsters. 3 Decatron. Decatron is the best monster ever, Heart and Soul of the deck. So every Infernoid, so all of the little ones, 1 through 5, have the effect where you could banish either 1 and or 2. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's just 1. Yeah, that you could banish 1 from your hand or graveyard, especially some of them from your hand only. The level 7 and 8, you could banish 2 from your hand and or graveyard, some of them from the graveyard or hand. And then the big ones, same thing, banish 3. Hand or graveyard, right? All of the little ones have little effects during the main phase only, but then during your opponent's turn, you can you tribute them and then banish 1 card in their graveyard for free. So, but Decatron is super cool because on summon, not a once per turn, not a hard once per turn, you can send 1 Infernoid monster from your deck to your graveyard. Then this card takes that monster's effect. So if I were to send my Deviati here, I can get the monster negate effect. So yeah, 3 Decatron, Heart and Soul of the deck. I want to play this card at 3 at all times. For the big guys, 2 Deviati, and then 2 Anuku. Yeah, these are your big boss monsters. So what they do, on summon this Heavy Storms the field, on summon this Dark Holes the field besides themselves, obviously. This is a monster negate and this is a spell and trap card negate. And best part about these, you contribute 1 monster you control to negate monster effects and banish it, and negate spell and trap cards to banish it, and these negate the activation, so keep that in mind. So if your opponent has Pot of Prosperity and they go Pot of Prosperity, banish 6, and you go Anuku to banish and negate that, they can go, okay, cool, Pot of Prosperity again. Obviously they'll be losing 12 cards, but keep in mind it does do that. But the fact that it banishes is super relevant, super good. And yeah, and what's so cool about these cards, they're on summon effects, like the Heavy Storm and the Dark Hole. Those are not once per turns. Those are soft once per turn. So if I can literally go summon effects, blow up everything. You can go Divine Wrath, right? Destroy it, summon it again, blow up everything. It's not once per turn. So kind of keep that in mind. This the old school printing. So yeah, most of them are not once per turn. Next, I play a single one of every single level that I can. So 1 Primus, the 1 Antra, the 1 Harmadic, the 1 Petrula, Pitiati, Sajet, Samacentas, I think I said it correctly, and then a Tundle. Yeah, each of these have their own unique effects. If this kills a monster, it can attack twice. I believe this can banish a card if it kills a monster. I believe this banishes you can banish 1 monster your opponent extra deck. Yeah, if this card attacks, you can banish a monster from extra deck. So it's kind of like Unicorn. This one, you can send 1 random card from your opponent's hand to the graveyard. This one pops spell and trap cards on the field. This one pops monsters, but it cannot attack. This one bounces monsters, and this one pops a set spell and trap card, and your opponent cannot respond with that. So you do want to play 1 of each because you do want to max out on the names. If you're playing a more pure build, you'll play 1 of this, 1 of this, 2 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 of this. But we are mixing it in with the Snake Eye stuff. So, but yeah, you do want to play these ratio. So 3 of these, 3 of these, 4 of the boss monsters, and then 1 of each of the other ones because you do have to have names. This is the perfect ratio that you do want to actually play this in. So yeah, other stuff is like I said, we're playing the Snake Eye stuff. So 3D Bellstar, Heart and Soul of the deck, honestly super good. Konami, don't hit this card, bro. I like this card a lot. Super good. It's one of those cards where If you see it, it's full combo, because Snake Eye Ash is actually full combo, believe it or not. So yeah, same thing with this. So 3 of those. And then speaking of Snake Eye stuff, we are actually rocking 3 Snake Eye Ash, 1 Poplar, 1 Oak, and then 1 Flame Birch. You only really need 1 of each of these, but the Snake Eye Ash, you gotta play them at 3, because this is a 1 card full combo. You can literally abuse Decatron like 3 or 4 times a turn alone off of Snake Eye Ash, because again, this is full combo into your Snake Eye stuff. So yeah, and it's super cool because like this deck can actually bait out a lot of things. I definitely feel like this deck you have to be a very good pilot, because I went to locals, I did okay, but there are certain things I messed up at, which if I didn't misplay on certain parts, I definitely could have been in a better position overall. But again, first time playing the deck, and it did still do super well. Like you gotta know when you use Decatron, like what do you want to send last, just so you can kind of have that like on the field, you know what I mean? So like 9 times out of 10, you are gonna send the monster negate, and you're gonna send the spell and trap card negate. So then you'll have both of those on the field, and then like I don't know, it just becomes nasty. Then obviously the 1 Flame Birch, even if you do draw this card, you can still get it out of your hand, because you know Snake Eye stuff is broken. So yeah, that's it for those monsters. Spell cards, obviously triple wanted. Don't gotta explain this card, super good. Keep it at 3 Konami, please. I'm not playing any hand traps, because I don't think you need to play hand traps at all. Also, this is a 52 card build. I was doing 50, but I did put in 2 extra cards in at the last minute, and I'm glad I did, because like the cards are very explosive in my opinion. So yeah, for other stuff, 3 Droplet, because Droplet is good again. I like this card, and it's very live in this deck too. It does not matter if you send your big ones or any of these to a graveyard, as long as you have a big one, you can summon them back. And summoning them is not once per turn. As long as you have cards to actually banish, you can summon them for free. So that's why Droplet is super good in this deck, in my humble opinion. For the voids, 3 Void Vanishment. This is the best void card ever. Secret Rare Printing is pretty nice too. So what it does is you can discard 1 card and then add 1 void spell or trap card from your deck to your hand besides this card, and then like another, like, what is it called, null and void. And then on the other effect, if once per turn, if an Infernoid monster you control battles an opponent's monster, after damage count, you can send this card to the graveyard and then banish both of those monsters. So if your opponent has like a problematic monster that can't be targeted or destroyed by a card effect, you could just go into battle, attack, after damage calc, send this, and then send both those to banish zone. So that's pretty good. So you want to max this out at 3, because you want to search out some of your void cards that you will be actually running in here. So 3 Void Vanishment, and for some 2-ubs, I'm actually only playing 2 Void Imaginations, 2 Void Recognition, and then 2 Void Breach for the void cards. Low key, might want to play this card at just 1, because this card is super good, but the fact that I have to have either a void or a Inferno card in my hand for it to kind of resolve, I like it at 2 still, I guess, but I don't know. I might try it at 1, see if I do like it, because you may want to use this card for its grave effect. So we know what Void Imagination does. This lets you fuse, and you can do it multiple times. So this is your fusion spell card if you do gotta fuse things together. What this card does, this card's actually nuts. All you do, you activate this card and you reveal 1 void and or Infernoid monster from your hand. And then if you do, discard your entire hand and then draw the same amount of cards. So this is technically, it's a -1, sure, but the fact that you can replenish your hand, and guess what, that effect is not once per turn. So if I have 2 in my hand, I go activate this, show you this, and you go Ash Blossom, okay, cool, activate again. The best part about this card is its grave effect. Except the turn it's sent to the graveyard during your main phase, you can banish this card and return up to 11 banished Infernoid monsters with different names from your banish zone back to your graveyard. So that's how you recycle back all your stuff. This card is, that effect is nuts. But that effect is only once per duel, unfortunately. If it wasn't, this deck would be crazy. So yeah, 2 of those, and then 2 Void Breach. I actually like that card a lot. So it has 2 effects. If you, the 1 effect for every banished Infernoid monster in your banish zone, your Infernoids gain 100 attack for each one banished. It has the 2 other effects. As long as you control no monsters, or all the monsters you control are fiends, you can activate 1 of the effects, which I'm going to read them off to you. Add 1 banished Infernoid monster from Infernoid monster to your hand. So let's say you have one banished, you can just add it back to your hand. Other effect, you can just summon one from your hand for free, ignoring its summoning conditions. So that's why I like this card at 2. I wouldn't play a card at 1. I think this card is too good at just 1. But again, I'm still new to Infernoids, so maybe this card is better at 1, but I like it at 2 in my opinion. That's it for those. Then for the other 2 elves, it's just 2 talents. If you don't want to run this, you don't have to, but like I feel like sometimes when you have bad hands, bro, it gets impossible to kind of play through things. So talents has been working out for me a lot. Plus, this is a 52 card deck, so I don't mind running talents. You know what I mean? If I draw it, I draw it. If I don't, I don't. But yeah, we are in the era of board breakers, so I think that can help out also. So yeah. Next, one of the powerful one-ups, the 2 cards that I did put in here now is 1 Monster Gate and then the 1 Reasoning. I wasn't running these before when I was at my local because I felt like I didn't really need them. But when I was playing all those matches, I really feel like if I had opened up one of these, I would have been in a better spot. Like, I know some builds run these still, and I know some builds don't. Particularly the Snake Eye build does not really run these like that. From what I've seen so far, let me clarify, because people like to kind of get on me in the comments. But yeah, I think running these cards in here is super good because, again, these are your power spell cards. You know what I mean? You go Reasoning, your opponent doesn't know what you're playing. They're going to call 4. You mill everything. You draw into, like, any of these guys. They can't be normal special summons except by their own effect. So you're going to mill them until you hit either your Decatron, either your Black Witch, or any of your Snake Eye cards, and that they all have effects also. So yeah, yeah. Same thing with Monster Gate 2. It's just too good to not play in here, so I definitely will be playing these going forward. It's one of those cards where, like, I activate this. If you have Ash, you will 100% Ash this card. That's the same thing for, like, the Grass Grows Greener on the other side, you know, stuff like that. So that's it for those. Other powerful one-up spells is the one original for spoils, obviously. Instant Fusion, 1 for 1, called by, and then the 1 Temple to round off the spell cards. 1 for 1 doesn't come up as much, but when it does, it's super good because, again, you want to either get into your Snake Eye Ash or your Decatron if you can. So that's where that comes in. Instant Fusion is broken because your only target is obviously evil. This is a custom card for this deck. So yeah, getting the evil out is super broken. And then yeah, that's why I play this card here. So yeah, that's it for spells. Traps. I am playing just the 3 Imperm because the best hand trap ever printed. It does not play in the talents, not once per turn. So yeah, just 3 of these. And then the last card is obviously the 1 Void Feast, the best trap card in the entire deck. All you got to do, activate this card. You pitch 1 Void card from your field and or hand. Then you summon 3 Infernoid monsters from your deck whose level equals 8. So usually you summon out double Decatron and then you'll summon out the one of these. It does suck if you do draw so obviously it stops the summoning condition too. It does suck if you do draw this card because this card is kind of like not as good, but it's still good because you summon out these 3. This is a DD Crow on your opponent's turn. Use both of these effects and then you send your Deviati and you send your Nuku, so then you have a monster negate and a spell chakra negate. On top of your big boss monster Flood, which is on the field, Princess, all that stuff. Like, the combos are insane. So, like, this card is definitely a one-off, and it's searchable too if you really need it. You can get it off of your Evil, get it off of your Void Banishment. Anything, you can always get this card, so it's a good one-up. So that's it for the main deck. 52 cards in total. I like it so far. I like the reasoning on this stuff. I think it plays tremendously. I just got to be a better player to actually kind of understand what I want to do with this deck. And it's going to get even better once we get the new Fiendsmith stuff. Let's go on to the extra deck really quick. So, spoiler alert, I am not playing Tierra. I do have Tierra, but in my opinion, Tierra is going to be better once we get the new Fiendsmith cards. So until then, I feel like I'm playing other stuff to kind of substitute for that, because with Tierra, you should also play like, what's it called? The Garura and Ant and stuff like that. And then even then, like, you won't always summon Tierra going, because you want to go first in this deck. You can go second, sure, but like, you only really summon Tierra if your opponent has a monster plus some extra deck on the field. And then if you do have this, you know what I mean? Like, I just think Tierra is better in the other builds. So that's why I'm not playing her than it. it's a monster, I guess. But anyways, for the fusions, only 2 Infernoid Evil. This card is actually broken. This is a custom-made card for Infernoids. It's so crazy, so good. So what it does, on summon, not fusion summon, on summon, you can target one, not target. You can banish one Infernoid monster in your graveyard, and then depending on its level, let's say I banish the Saitimus, sorry, the Atundel. I Foolish Burial different Infernoid monsters with different names up to its level. So then if I banish this 8, I can send 8. You know what I mean? If I banish a 1, I can send 1. So this card is actually broken for that. The other effect, if this card is sent to the graveyard or banished, don't matter how or when or why, search for any void spell and trap card from your deck added to your hand. Now this is actually really good with a card that I have in the side deck here, which makes a lot of sense. So yeah, 2 of these, it's level 1, it's Infernoid, gotta play it, bro, so broken. For the link 1 Anima, because this is kind of, you go summon this out, link it away into Anima, effect search. So broken. So 1 Anima. For 2s, the 1 IP, the 1 SP, the 1 Dark, the 1 Hida, and then the 1 Nightmare Phoenix. Believe it or not, this is actually a Fiend and a Fire, so it does work out a lot. And kind of destroying spell and trap cards and like keeping stuff safe by a battle is actually very important in my opinion. So just these link 2s for here. For the link 3s, obviously 1 Princess, got to put the Princess in here. She's super good in here. Why not play it? For rank 4s, I am running 1 Access Code Talker, the 1 Emblem Whale, the 1 World Sea Zelantis in case I do want to go for the OTK, which it is possible in here. Just be careful because you can only do it if you have Decatron or Evil on the field, because again, if you use this effect here to bring back your stuff, these are going to get banished for free because they can't be summoned by any other ways besides their own effects. So keep that in mind. But it's still in here because, you know, Decatron is still a fire. I can still do it. Ash is still good. Poplar, Oak, all this. Like, you have fires to actually still do it. So, yeah. I still think it's worth playing. So, yeah, 1 Zelantis, then the 1 Phoenix, and then the last one is obviously the 1 Eternal Flood. And then the last is Underworld Goddess in case. But, yeah, this card is broken. This card is so good. So, what it does, while it's on their field, when your opponent would summon a monster, so it stops inherit summon summon only. You can attribute 1 monster on your field, negate that summon and banish it. If a card in your graveyard is banished, you can banish a card on the field, does not target. Other effect, if this card is destroyed by your opponent's card, battle card effect, you can special summon 1 Fortnite monster from your deck, ignoring its summon condition. So if this card dies, you can be like, okay, cool, summon out a Nuku effect on summon, blow up everything. So, like, it's broken. And the best part is you can recycle back every single Inferno card if you need to because of your spell cards and whatnot. So, yeah, that's it for the extra deck. I think it's solid. Low-key, I do want to change this out for a different card, but in here just in case nonetheless. So, now for the side deck. The side deck is actually pretty cool. And, yeah, it makes sense to me. So, for monsters, just the 1 Divine Incarnate, it's searchable. You can go Snake Eye Ash effect search this card out. And if they want to do anything, they know you'll have this. This is good against Purely. Good against a lot of decks that can kind of hurt you. So, yeah, it's just get rid of their stuff. And, again, we are in a board breaker meta. So, yeah, this is a very good board breaker in my opinion. So, yeah, one of those for spells. 3 Twin Twister, because, again, this card is actually, in my opinion, way better than a Common Cyclone because, again, against Snake Eye, you can hit 2 cards, so you can hit the IP plus another card in their spell and trap card zone to kind of get rid of it. So, yeah, 3 of these. I am actually citing 3 Ultimate Slayer. This is mainly for 2 decks, Branded and Yubel. They summon out Phantom, right? I'm cooking, hold on. They summon out Phantom. You go Ultimate Slayer, right? You send Evil to graveyard. You bounce back Phantom, Evil effect search. Because again, Evil does not care how it hits graveyard. As long as this card hits graveyard, you'll search. So that's enough. That's enough as it is, bro. That's enough, right? Broken, bro. Broken, dude. So yeah, that's why I'm playing this again here. And yeah, just watch out, you Bell players. I'm not gonna fall for that Evil things or the Phantom. So yeah, 3 of these, but if you don't like that card, you can play like Nib or something. But yeah, I like that card, Little Tech. Next cards is just 2 Thrust. Thrust is super good because there's a lot of stuff that you do need. For traps, 3 Skill Drain. Now, this card is actually pretty broken in here because, again, every monster in here, like these right here, these, and these, they contribute a monster on the field for cost to negate something. So they can just tribute themselves and then still negate stuff, and then you'll still have Skill Drain on the field. So Skill Drain does not bother the deck at all, and we all know how Skill Drain works with Skill Drain and where's it at? And your Snake Eye stuff, like Snake Eye Ash or Snake Eye Oak, it sends these 2 for cost, so therefore you can still activate Skill Drain for free if need be. So yeah, I think this card is super good to have in here, in my opinion. So yeah, definitely 3 Skill Drain. And last cards, 1 Anti-Spell, 1 Rivalry, and then the 1 Evenly Matched to round off the trap cards. Again, Rivalry is super good. Everything is Fiend, and even if it's not, you can send it off of Snake Eye Ash still, and then still get its full value effects. And you only have this in against certain other decks like Branded and Voiceless Voice, just certain decks, you know what I mean? So yeah, anyways, hope you guys did enjoy that. Make sure you do like, comment, subscribe to the video. I'll see you guys next time, man. Have an awesome one. Peace.